Hey guys, it's Miss Rossi. So today we are going to be learning about characterization, and we are going to be doing that by reading an excerpt from the Canterbury Tales prologue. We are going to be reading about the Yowmen, and we are going to be learning about direct characterization and indirect characterization. Now, the difference between direct characterization and indirect characterization is that direct characterization is when an author gives you specific details that tell you about a character. And indirect characterization is when an author gives you specific details that show you about a character. And when I say show you about a character, I mean the author is showing you what that character is like through their thoughts, through their feelings, through their action, and through what the character is saying. So in this excerpt, I'm going to read you about 20 or so lines from the prologue that Chaucer wrote in the Canterbury Tales, and it's going to give direct characterization and indirect characterization about the Yowmen. And the Yowman is one of the younger characters in this prologue section. So let's go ahead and read about him. A Yowman had he, nor more servants know at that time, for he chose to travel so. And he was clad in coat and hood of green, a sheaf of peacock arrows bright and keen. Under his belt he bore right carefully. Well could he keep his tackle yeomanly, his arrows had no dragged feathers, lo, and in his hand he bore a mighty bow. A cropped head had he, and a sun-browned face, of woodcraft knew he all the useful ways. Upon his arm he bore a bracer gay, and at one side a sword and buckler yea, and at the other side a dagger bright, well sheathed, sharp as spear, point on the light, on breast a Christopher of silver sheen. He bore a horn and baldric all of green. A forester he truly was, I guess. Okay, so with my mouse here, I'm going to go and underline in turquoise. Yes, turquoise. The direct characterization. So those specific details that tell me about his character. So that's going to probably be the things that he's got on his clothing, like what he's wearing and things of that nature. So he is a yeoman, and that tells me what his profession is. Okay. And he was clad, that means that he's wearing or he's dressed in a coat and a hood of green. He's got a sheaf of peacock arrows, okay, that are bright and keen. Okay, he's wearing a belt. He wears it right carefully. Okay, he has arrows that have no draggled feathers low. He has a mighty bow in his hand. Okay. He has a cropped head, which means that his hair is nice and trimmed. And he has a sun-browned face. Okay. Okay. Upon his arm, he bore a bracer. And at one side, a sword and buckler. On the other side, a dagger. It is well sheathed. Okay. Well sheathed is actually an indirect. Okay. Sharp as a spear point in the light. Okay, so on his chest, he's got a crest of silver sheen. Okay. So he's got like a little, like a brooch, a pin. He's got a horn, a green horn on him. Okay. So these are all of the direct characterizations. So these are going to be done in this color. And then my indirect, I'm going to choose to be done in like a lime green kind of color. Okay. Boop. I'm going to take that out. Okay. Okay. How are his arrows? They are bright. Okay, they're not dull, which means that he cares about the way that they look. All right, carefully. Okay, so he's also not just like shoving his arrows every which way. He uses them carefully. And he keeps his arrows nice and neat. He doesn't have them with like the feathers all bent and out of whack. He keeps them nice and manicured. He has a mighty bow. He doesn't have weak bows. A cropped head. Okay, so the way that he keeps his hair is that also looks nice. Okay, of woodcraft knew he all the useful ways. So he doesn't bother with trivial ways of woodcraft. He keeps in mind the useful ways, not the wrong way to do something. He's not going to keep that in mind. Okay, he has a bracer, a sword, a buckler, a dagger. He keeps an arrow and bows. And these are all really important things to keep in mind because he is a forester down here. So he's a woodsman. This person kind of sounds a little bit like Robin Hood. And the way that he's dressed, it sounds like he looks like Robin Hood. Like that's the image I keep in my mind of him. And he wears all green. It is well sheathed. It means that he cares about these tools that he carries. Of silver sheen. It means it's not dull and it's not tarnished. It's pretty, and he cares about the appearance of it. And he cares that his tools are sharp as spear point. Okay, so these are the indirect characterizations. The way that he cares for the tools that he carries, the way that he carries himself. So that shows what this character is like. So he doesn't travel with anyone else. He doesn't have any servants that he goes with. He travels alone. Okay, so what does that tell you about this person? Okay, he travels alone. He carries these tools that he cares for. He maintains himself. He dresses a particular way. I mean, he seems like he would be the kind of person that you would want to, well, if you were lost in the woods, you definitely want to have this person around. He knows how to take care of himself. This is just the kind of person that if you were, I mean, if I was lost in the woods, I would want this person around. But with all of these details, you can tell a lot about this particular Yauman. You can tell what a Yauman is. It's a forester, someone who lives their life in the woods and who can track something in the woods. So you can definitely get a better idea if you never have heard of what a Yauman is or who a Yauman was, what their profession was. It was a tracker of sorts. So indirect characterization is what is done in green, and the direct characterization is what is done in blue. So that, my friends, is the lesson for today. I hope that you learned something new. I enjoy teaching you. Thank you. Have fun. Stop share.